The famous cartoonist Charles Schulz once said, "All you need is love, but a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt." Well, most of us would agree. So for our next story, Miranda Cohen takes us to a place where you can find both. We'll meet a fun-loving father and daughter duo who are putting an artistic touch on an old favorite.
I'm the Poppy of the Poppy and Peep.
I'm Peep of Poppy and Peep.
And now you know the faces behind Poppy and Peep. For father and daughter, Mark and Evan Stoner, chocolate has always been a family tradition.
We love sweets, and growing up, I always went to candy shops and chocolate shops with my dad, and that was like our favorite pastime, so we wanted to create a business around that.
So it seemed like the perfect recipe when they decided to open a gourmet chocolate shop called Poppy and Peep. At a trade show for another business, Mark Stoner noticed it was the chocolate booth that was getting all the attention. And with one phone call, his confectionery business was born.
I called Evan from the show. I said, "Hey, do you want to get in the chocolate business?" And she said, "Sure."
Chocolate's unique, it's fun, it's dynamic, and I think people just love sweets like we do, and so we wanted that to be our thing.
After testing markets and recipes, Stoner's entrepreneurial instincts kicked in.
I said, "We're either getting out of the chocolate business or getting all the way into it."
Getting all in meant studying at some of the finest chocolate schools in the country, listening to experienced mentors, and finding the perfect balance of flavors and textures.
I have a really artistic background, and my dad has a pretty businessy background, and so I think that we were thinking, okay, we're willing to take the risk and try to make all of that work.
Located in the Wedgwood, Houston area of Nashville, this small shop is serving up some huge flavors, almost too beautiful to eat.
One of the most popular items here at Poppy and Peep is no doubt their delicious bonbons. Now, bonbon is French for good, the perfect name, right? And a batch of bonbons like these are labor intensive. They will take about 2 days to make.
There's a lot of work, there's a lot of work in this little piece of chocolate. It's very unique. It's why you can't just go buy them anywhere.
Each delicate bonbon is created upside down, and they are truly edible art.
When you see a bonbon out, when it's done, so the first thing you see on the outside is on the top, she's painting that. It's a little bite of something very special. So in this case, we fill it with a lemon ganache.
As beautiful as they are to look at, they pack even more unique flavor. Everything from traditional favorites to espresso, passion fruit, sea salt, matcha, bourbon, pine nut, and much more. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Poppy and Peep are one of the only chocolate shops that create bean to bar on site.
It's called bean to bar chocolate, where you take it all the way from the bean all the way to the bar you see over there on the shelf. It's the most labor-intensive way to do it.
And Poppy and Peep wouldn't do it any other way. They import the finest beans from all over the world.
Chocolate is pretty unique, and it's similar to wine, where all of the different origins are pretty unique to where they're grown. And so some are grown near bananas, and some are grown in like fruity tropical areas, and some are grown in kind of more of a savory or vanilla area. And so we kind of wanted to make our origins that we were carrying pretty different and diverse. We sort the beans out, we put them through a cocoa test cut chart, and we look for the fermentation. Then we put them in the bins, and then we roast the beans, crack them, winnow them, and then we do a grinding process.
What's left are nibs and husks. which must be sorted by hand, and there is zero waste. The husks will be made into fragrant mulch. Then the nibs will go through an 18-hour process to become rich, decadent chocolate.
Some people who just like sweet treats, that this is your go-to stop. Someone likes, something more dynamic like spicy. We have a Szechuan and Thai chili bar.
She has a lot to do with the flavors and the colors and what it looks like.
So I'm always trying to make things more unique, and he's like, let's stick to the basic. It's a cool concept when we can work together and find different ones that we like.
And at the end of the day, Poppy and Peep are reaping the sweet rewards of working in chocolate, and more importantly, working together.
And it is neat. I think this story, the father and daughter, part of what we are trying to do, and the fact that it's really, really good.
You don't live forever, and so having this time to work together as an adult and to really work through all the kinks and the processes, it's been super fun to kind of get to know my dad on a business level and not just as a dad.
Well, I think that obviously can be the hardest part and the best part. And we are very similar. We have some of the same strengths and same weaknesses. It takes a lot to work with, your family, but also it can be the greatest reward.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you all soon.